deer here, Kestrel. We're gonna see one. Just because it's a bit mucky. Recently, I went out to the Morrison Headwaters with a colleague and my daughter to do a little bit of biodiversity inventory work. Yeah, would you say it's as far as that tree line?
That far?
There we go. The scientific research that we've completed in the Comox Valley indicates that very small proportion of our natural areas remain in an intact condition. We're losing natural areas rapidly to residential intensification and development, to various forest harvesting practices if you're looking to protect old growth or mature forests, in some cases agricultural expansion. And so in terms of wanting to protect a legacy of natural areas and biodiversity on the landscape for future generations, the work that land trusts do across the country, including the Comox Valley, is really important. We start our process by doing scientific work to understand which areas on the landscape are the most important for wildlife and fish and other elements of biodiversity. And then we look for opportunities with private landowners. So we have really important small urban protected areas that are typically donated covenants, but we also work to acquire and buy outright large parcels of land.
Much of eastern Vancouver Island is owned by private timber companies, which is unique from the rest of the province, where watersheds and these larger forests, sort of outside urban areas, tend to be crown land. The Cumberland Community Forest Society work may be unique in the province. We're having to work closely with private timber companies to do essentially real estate transactions to acquire these lands and to protect them. So in Cumberland, a community that has grown over the last 22 years, but when we started this work, there was only 2,500 people here. The fact that we've been buying millions upon millions of dollars worth of private land purely to protect it for future generations is pretty special and pretty unique.
The headwaters of Morrison Creek were identified early on in our conservation planning analysis as being one of the most important places for biodiversity conservation in the entire Comox Valley. Maybe let's just have a quick look at the map here. DFO has said that it's the most important salmon stream of its size anywhere on eastern Vancouver Island because it's a spring-fed system. So cold water coming ultimately from Comox Lake percolates through the ground and pops up as springs throughout the entire headwaters area. So even in the driest parts of summer, Morrison Creek always has abundant cold water, which is one of the key things that salmon need in their life cycle. We were able to protect a 55-acre portion of the Morrison Headwaters area from a local family, and the Comox First Nation has subsequently given it the name Kachmot, which means lots of medicine because of the abundance of medicinal plants that are in the area. And the dream had always been to protect the entire Morrison Headwaters area, and the big news is that as of March 30th, 2023, we were able to acquire and protect forever the whole entire headwaters of Morrison Creek with incredible support from the local community.